way to move into number 2, Ohio State crushing Indiana 56-14. Did they start fast, the Buckeyes? Yes, they did. They led 21-0 with 2:53 left in the first, so that's a check. Did they run the football well? Yes, they did. Quickly, Miyan Williams had 15 rushes for 147 yards in the first half. Ohio State had 190 by itself in the first half, right? We're getting to see what this team is capable of with guys like Dallin Hayden, true freshman coming off the bench to go and score touchdowns for them. And then I got to see C.J. Stroud go be C.J. Stroud again, and that was really great to see. You had 297 pass yards for him, and 7 of those catches, those completions, were to one dude named Marvin Harrison Jr., who was outstanding. Here's Miyan Williams running straight in. Like, that's a runaway Peterbilt getting in the end zone right there, guys. Like, this is also the dude that my man Tyler Wojak really, really loves. Like, he's going, that's running back. That's what a running back's supposed to look like. Meanwhile, the passing attack has got Xavier Johnson going to work. It's got Cade Stover making men miss and diving toward the end zone, making OC and tight end coach Kevin Wilson feel good during this game. And again, I can't say enough about having guys like Xavier Johnson as a fifth-year senior be able to do things like take a rush play 71 yards to the house. Ohio State defense also came to play. They had 5 sacks in 3 quarters. They allowed 7 points in 3 quarters, and then they got the starters pulled. They gave up another touchdown. But again, a dominating performance for the Buckeyes. And really, this play right here, Cameron Babb at the back of the end zone wearing the O block, his entire team coming around him as he comes to his knees, falls to the ground, and he could feel all of us celebrating with him. This is a man who had torn 4 ACLs in his time at Ohio State, had been thwarted over and over again by injury, and he got his first career touchdown in this win against Indiana on a team that was so excited to see that man in the end zone. And Ryan Day said this in his post-game press conference, and I think it's worth repeating. This is what college football is about. It's about moments like that. One of the reasons that I think Ryan Day even said, I love coaching, because like guys like Cam Babb exist. And my guys understand it when that guy scores what to many people is just a garbage time touchdown. But to the Ohio State faithful and to that football team meant the world. And I'm so impressed by the team chemistry on display there. Everybody pulling in the right direction. My question is, how good and how much fun would Ohio State be if they were completely healthy? All right. So that's a way of getting into what does the running back depth chart look like? Because look, I tweeted it earlier today. Ohio State has played multiple games without 2 of the nation's best skill players in Jackson Smith-Njigba and Travion Henderson. Okay. The Buckeyes are still one of the best teams in the country. Imagine how much fun a healthy Buckeye team would be. That means you got Jackson Smith-Njigba, a guy many of us thought would be the best wide receiver in the country before the hamstring injury, back. What if you get Miyan Williams and Travion Henderson back? What if you had Evan Pryor back? To this tweet that we saw from, because I didn't know if Miyan Williams was going to be okay. The way he went down, he had to be taken off on a cart, but he had a cryptic tweet saying, "We good, go Bucks." I hope that means he's healthy, because if he's healthy, then we feel better about not just Maryland, but the game to come, November 26th. We've been talking about it all season long. Anybody that has a microphone talking about college football has been way up on this. It could be the first time since 2006 that Ohio State and Michigan are each 11-0 going into the game. Game of the century, part do, if you are an Ohio State fan or a Michigan fan. It's going to be a lot of fun. I also just want to throw this out here to talk about the position coaches and what they've been able to do specifically on the offensive side of the ball for Ohio State. You lose Jackson Smith-Njigba. Okay, we'll still have a Marvin Harrison Jr., a Julian Fleming, and Emeka Egbuka, who I think is the most versatile player in the country. He probably should win the Paul Hornung Award, and we can go deeper than that if we need to. We'll lose Travion Henderson for multiple games. We'll lose Miyan Williams for multiple games in the second half against Indiana altogether. That's okay. We got Dallin Hayden. We will move Chip Trainum from linebacker to running back, lose him to injury because we lost T.C. Caffey also to injury, and we're still going to be able to run the ball effectively against a stout Indiana defense. Again, it's about being healthy. Tony Alford gets a healthy running back room. Look out. You already know what Brian Hartline is capable of with those players at wide receiver. And then Jim Knowles in that defense, outstanding stuff. Jack Sawyer brought an anvil to a football game. They had those 5 sacks. He's very excited to see Teron Vincent coming into his own as well. And those 3 safeties back there, Ronnie Hickman, Tanner McAllister, Latham Ransom. You don't know who's dropping. You don't know who's coming. It's been a lot of fun to watch them play. I can't wait for Ohio State, Michigan. That's going to be so much fun. Michigan kept up their end with a 34-3 stomping of Nebraska. That's going to be the game of, well, the season? Maybe. We'll see. It's got some steep competition when it comes to Alabama and Tennessee, or even Georgia and Tennessee, although that was much more of a dud than Alabama and Tennessee. Thank you for watching the #1 college football show. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and like this video so that you don't miss any of the best college football coverage in America.